If you're in neutral with Falke, or if you're on an Oki situation or pressuring the opponent, you need to know which button to hold down for to get your gunshots. Because you need to be able to, like, say, cancel your medium kick or your light kick into it. You need to have it available. You need to use it to duck under fireballs. Whatever. You gotta have it charged all the time to make any of your stuff threatening. The only time you shouldn't have it charged is when you want to, whatever reason you need to have Schneide out, when you're on defense, when you want to easily react like a cami dive kick or something. But other than that, you should probably have your projectile charged most of the time. So like I said, in neutral it's important to know which buttons you need to hold down and the consequences for holding them down. If you hold down light punch, it means you can't use light punch, which means that you can't throw tech or use your lights or anything like that. Medium punch means that you can't use your really good jumping medium punch. And you can't use your standing medium punch, which has some advantages against certain buttons. Crouching medium punch is okay to have. It's not that great of a button. Standing heavy punch usually does better than crouching medium punch for most situations. And if you have heavy punch, then you don't have one of your anti-airs, your closest ranged anti-air, because this will whiff closer range than crouching heavy punch, so it's important to have that available. Standing heavy punch, like your biggest whiff punish, hit confirm, pressure tool, this is super important to your kit. All sorts of stuff. So you don't want to, like, get rid of any of those by holding down whichever button you're going to get rid of stuff. Like, you really don't want to limit yourself. So, you don't have to. See, a while back, I was thinking about, like, I was sort of complaining about not knowing which button to hold down when I got a knockdown, like this. Where I would hold, like, say, medium punch, and then I would forward dash, and it's like, do I want to hold medium punch? Do I want to hold heavy punch because I'm closer to the opponent? Like, but like heavy punch is still useful in this situation. Heavy punch is a good check in any circumstances. If I get like a forward throw on the opponent, what button do I want to hold down? If I hold down light punch, then I won't be able to like throw until I at least press another button and then switch it to a different input. If I hold medium punch, I won't be able to medium punch. So any circumstances where you're walking forward, threatening to press a button, you want to have all your options available to you. So the way that you can have all your options available to you at every single moment of the match is by holding down all the buttons, or at least 2 buttons at the same time. So, like I already said in a previous video, I have a special input mapped out on my DualShock 4 controller, specifically for playing Falke. So, my square button is light punch, X button is light kick still, triangles medium kick, circle is heavy kick, R1 is medium punch, R2 is heavy punch, and then L1 and L2 are at their defaults. So, the trick is to be able to have all of your inputs. You want to hold down both medium punch and heavy punch at the same time, and that way you can do anything you want. Because the problem is say if I'm only holding medium punch and I walk forwards, I want to strike with medium punch so that I can walk forwards and threaten to do that and then combo off of it like that. But I can't do that because as soon as I release medium punch to press it again, I'll get the Kugel. But if I'm holding multiple buttons, the gunshot won't be released until I'm not holding any buttons anymore, because you can transfer your charge between different punches. So if I'm holding both medium punch and heavy punch at the same time, if I walk forwards, I just release and then tap medium punch again to get medium punch. I just release and tap heavy punch to get heavy punch, and I go back to holding both of them immediately afterwards. I just let go and then hold it again instantaneously. And obviously I'm not using light punch at all, so I have that, and I have access to throw. I have access to everything. For anti-airs, I just release and tap heavy punch like that, or release either of the buttons and hit the 3 punches button to get my Schneide, and then immediately start holding it down again. Same thing for combos. Like as soon as I hit that, I recognize it, and then I release medium punch, then hit the 3 punches button for the Schneide, and then go back to holding medium punch again. And it's excellent. Like, you have all access to all your moves because you have to release both your medium punch and your heavy punch. You let go of both buttons in order to get the Kugel. And beyond that, you have access to absolutely everything without having to press any more inputs, and it completely solves the problem. I won't do it all the time at every second of the match just because it does slightly delay the input for the buttons that you're pressing down, just because you don't just have to press it, you have to release it and then press it, which adds a slight delay. So sometimes I'll just walk around holding medium punch in neutral if I want to be able to react to anything using standing heavy punch as a whiff punish. Or use a Schneide a little bit easier, anything like that. But the advantage is like you really can do anything. You have no limitations. You have access to absolutely everything if you're holding both medium punch and heavy punch at the same time, all the time. Well, of course, you don't have access to EX Schneide because you need to not be holding charge at all to be able to get that, but anything else. So that's the secret. That's my master technique. Now I don't have to worry about which input I'm holding because I can access everything all the time. So that's super helpful.